So these kinds of topics are very interesting, and I want to comment on this. So next week's times not to drive, right? Drive Monday, and also 4 p.m. starting this month. In other words, they're going to strike. We're going to next week's times not to drive. The whole thing is ridiculous. They know when you're going to boycott because they have moles. So, the first reason why this is just ridiculous is because you're not an employee. Okay, you're a subcontractor, an independent contractor. Strikes are for union governed employees, and the union would organize the strike. You're a subcontractor. What are you striking from? So that right there just makes it stupid. But the other part is, if you're a contractor, you are basically an independent business owner. You want to think of it as like you are the franchisee, you are the franchisor of the franchise, you are the franchisee of the franchisor. I own an Uber franchise. My ability to make more money depends on me taking the responsibility. If you think like an employee, well, then nothing I'm saying is making sense to you. You think that it's about you driving the passenger and you better pay me more. Do you see this entitlement mentality? So let me tell you my story as quickly as I possibly can. Had gone through a terrible divorce, still haven't recovered emotionally, mentally, my heart, my life, just terrible. So started working myself hard, just work hard. Started driving Uber, started out in the ghetto, Uber X, Lyft, regular, and didn't even have a car because in my auto detailing business, the last car I had, as I let that business go, the last employee I had borrowed my car and totaled it. So I buy a cheap $800 car that barely made the minimum, started working, and the radiator cracked, and then started working Uber, got another one, and while this is happening, I'm just doing. So going along, then you're talking about the thing. So how can I add value to the ride? So it was, hey, there's coupons for this roller rink. I go roller skating for exercise your legs, right? Made friends with the manager and the owner, got coupons. So then you're looking in the rearview mirror talking to them, hey, if you guys, there's a 80s style disco night on Saturdays. You guys should go. If I give you two of these get in free coupons, will you guys go on a date? Yeah, sure. Tips go up. Hey, New Sun restaurant. I'm made friends with the owner of New Sun restaurant. I'll give them your coupons for a free appetizer. So you pick up a truck driver who's leaving the truck stop. Where are you going? Oh, I'm going to this Japanese restaurant. Hey, you know what? There's this New Sun, and man, if you go here, you'll get a free appetizer. Now, it was a quarter size, right? But it just gets them in the door. Then they stack up the coupons or the cards that I'm bringing, showing that I brought customers. Hey, my Uber driver sent me here and said I'd get a free. Shane walks in. Oh, yeah, there's a stack of 5 of them here. Shane gets a free bowl of green curry. So that's money. Plus the truck driver tipped $10. Stars go up. Tips go up. Okay, then there was this thing called like Freebird, and it was like it would consolidate all these advertisers, and you would order your Lyft and Uber rides through Freebird, and they worked and it accumulated to points, and it was win-win-win. Like Uber and Lyft won the pet, right? So I started learning about other apps, and then you start learning about, at the time it was that the pad, the tablet with the octopus, right? Because that would pay an extra $100. So there were all these things. I went through that phase of doing all of that, adding value. So then you're running your car into the ground, and then I realized, oh, head gaskets and timing belts and radiators cracking and transmission slipping and wearing out your brakes. That's Tesla. You got to get a Tesla. So I got an old Tesla with 90,000 miles on it. And I drove it up to 154,000 miles. Then, because it was in a Tesla, I found out in some areas you have Uber Premier and Lyft Lux at the time. So, well, down here in the ghetto, don't really get Uber Premier and Lyft Lux. Once in a while I did, but not usually. Then I found out even in the ghetto, when it's surging, and surging means what? Not enough drivers. So go into the surge on Lyft Lux, turn off Lyft Regular, Uber Premier, don't turn on Uber X, and sit there, wait for a ride. They're looking at you. You're in a Tesla. He's like, oh yeah, I'm on Premier. If you order Premier, you'll get a ride right away. No, I'm on Lyft Lux. If you order Lyft Lux, you'll get me right away because I don't have a ride. The girl's sitting there like, I've never been in a Tesla before. Okay, great. And we're talking an old Tesla that it got for like 30 grand. Back in that day, that was like old. Nowadays, you could get a new one for around 30 grand. But anyway, so then income goes up, then add to that. How do you add value? Okay, well, up in Park City, Utah, an hour away, right, in your area, where are the tourist areas? Where are the things, right? How are you strategizing? How are you adding value to the thing? Okay, Park City, Utah. Now you're getting more Premier, more Lyft Lux. Okay, but then if I get a black Model Y, I could do Lyft Black and Uber Premier. And in Park City, you're more likely to get that, and it's tourist, and it's a higher income. And if you're up at 4 a.m. in the morning going to the airport when there are no other drivers around, their only choice is to order Lyft Black or Uber Premier. Okay, now add to that, you're in Park City, Utah. It's a tourist area. You got these people from out of town. Park City is a mining town. Look at all these little blue tabs. Turn to page 38. You got this. Turn to see this as we're going past that. That right there is it now is the High West Whiskey Distillery, but that was an old Sinclair, and the reason why it's burnt and preserved in the state of burntness is because over here, this fire, the Great Fire of 1898, burnt that down, and the Silver King Coalition building in Park City is an old mining town. And if you turn to page 38, you'll see that this was called the Line, and the Line was where the prostitutes used to live. So when I drop people off here at these $2 million condos, I tell them, you live in the red light district. If you don't believe me, turn to page 46, right? Because you got to keep, right? How do you add value to the thing? While all of that's happening, you learn that, Tesla full self-driving software is increasing and going up. So your car, if you own it and it stays with the car and you bought the software, as your car goes down in value with rock trips and door dings and putting 8,000 people a year through it in the snow and everything, the software that you own will go up in value as it learns and increases. Plus, one day it will put you out of business, right? You want to own a robo-taxi business in the future. It could be a year away from now. Could be 2 years, but definitely within 5 years or less, robo-taxis are coming. So now I need to start doing that. Now, because you know so much about Tesla and while you're doing all of that, adding value, promoting the open mics in the area, promoting the bands, promoting the restaurants you're passionate about, promoting roller skating, pretending you're a tour guide, playing tour guide during the ride, showing this is that. You see that building? That's actually emulating the old Marsac Mill that was here. Oh, you're staying at the Montage. Some people call that the Shining, but really the Montage is on top of Dailies, right? Add value to that. While you're doing all of that, you've got this amazing Tesla where you can now add value. Maybe it's a family and they have they're in the car. You have a family in the car, and now you can say, hey, did you know the most important high-tech feature of a Tesla is, oh man, what did you do? right? Right? Or maybe you're working nighttime and the drunks, and now everybody cracks up, or as you're leaving and they're getting out, you hit megaphone, which I'm not gonna do, because see, now you can hear my voice. Good night, humans. The robots are coming. Okay, so now you have something more to add value. If you got no rides and nothing to do, you could show them light show or something, but probably not. Or you pull up to the ride at the bar, and so you're waiting for them to come out, and you got the fire going, and you can hear the crackling through the wood, and then they get in the back seat, and you go, "Hey, are you so and so?" "Oh, okay." And let's do that again. "Hey, are you so and so?" "All right." And it plays music, supposed to. And maybe you demonstrate to them some of the things that it can do. Yeah, you know, like, you ever been going down the road and you forget, like, don't forget to stop and get milk or whatever. Or maybe they ask you what's full self-driving like, so you show them that. Or you explain to them. Or it's maybe the bar crowd, or they're coming back from dinner and you can tell that they're in a lighthearted mood and they're so happy crowd. So you go down to karaoke, and maybe you just have one that you pick, because you never ask, because you know they're never gonna, they can't decide, and they always pick something crazy. So you just pull something up and you go, "Okay, watch." They say, "Oh my God, I see the way you shine." Right? Okay. So now you got so they're coming out of the bar and they're partying and happy, and you just pull that up and they're blown away, and now the tips go up, the stars go up, because you're doing. I tell you all of that. It doesn't matter whether you think you can do that or not. It doesn't matter if you think you could buy a Tesla. It doesn't matter if you want to. My whole point is, I tell you all of that. My point is, it's your responsibility. So down in the ghetto, I was hustling, and sometimes it was exhausting because I was an entertainer. So I had a car with a CD player, and I got a blank CD and I made a playlist, and I knew the ones and just because I do what you're passionate about. And if you're an introvert, okay, maybe you do got to rely on water bottles or something, or there's something about your personality that you can do. You don't have to be the Shane Show, like what I'm talking about. Maybe you are a history buff like I am. Maybe you like a certain restaurant and you go to that restaurant all the time anyway. Say, "Hey, I get a lot of people go through my car all the time and everything, and I really love this place. Can I promote to you? And if I promote to you, can I get a free bowl of green curry if I redeem 5 of these coupons and I prove that I brought 5, you keep them every time they come in with my name on it. Sure, my Uber driver said I'll get a free 4-piece of of orange chicken if I give them this, right? And then they save them. You stack of 5, right? Whatever your personality is and whatever your passion is, the point I'm making, the bottom line I'm making is striking for an independent business. Who are you striking from? Yourself? You're in business for yourself. It's your responsibility. And you say, "But this platform, I can't do it." Well, then you're in the wrong business. But to say, "You pay us more or we're going to strike," is ridiculous, because you're not an employee. Okay? Also, the reason the profits and pay has gone down, you talk to some of the people that started in 2014, they were making $2 an hour. Even in the $2 an hour, Jesus, $2 a mile, okay? And that's the thing. You don't want to think in terms of hours, because your car is based on miles, okay? If your car has 300,000 miles on it, you're going to make less tips, right, and run less, and your expenses are going to continue to go up. So you want to think in terms per mile, not per hour. Per hour is a good gauge, and you are going to do that because it's an additional thing to think about, and that's okay, and that's another one. But you want to think in terms per mile. Even in the time that I've been doing this, and when I first started doing Lyft Lux, I would do a short ride and make $30. Sometimes 15 minutes, $30, and then because I did the Shane show, they'd tip $20. Okay. Just in the last few couple 2-3 years, I've seen the pay on Lyft Black go down. I've seen the pay on Uber Premier go down. This whole thing of upfront pricing, they've changed it. But the bottom line is it's a platform for you to be a business owner, run your franchise, and to figure out how to make money. So I'm telling you that story not to impress you, but to impress upon you that it is your platform, and that's a good story of how somebody started out Uber X, Lyft regular in the ghetto, and worked up to living in Park City, driving a Tesla, and building and staying on Lyft Black, Uber Premier, and earning better tips. I'll often make $20 tips just taking somebody to the airport. And that's on a Premier that would pay $80, or that's on a Lyft Black that sometimes pays $120, right? So, now granted, maybe you can't do that. Okay, but it's a platform to run your business, and it's your responsibility. So this idea of we're going to go on strike and Uber better pay us more, I agree that it sucks that the pay's gone down, but a lot of that has been caused by you, the driver. Us, the drivers, have caused that problem. You're complaining, you're calling all the time. What if Uber, and the one thing that I say to Uber and Lyft, I could fix the whole problem. I could fix the whole thing. This is what I would do. I would say to you, the driver, us, the drivers, I would say, listen, we are a platform. We are an app. You're on your own. I would say you're going to make $1.25 per mile. You're going to still have surge, and you're still going to get the service fee and pickup fee, whatever that is. That's it. You're going to get that first little service fee that they give you, whatever that is, and then you're going to make $1.25 per mile. I don't care what car it is. I don't care whatever it is. I'm going to say to the passenger, how many people, and you gotta click, tell me how many people before you go. Then the people will, how many people will align, whether it's XL or whatever, but it's going to be $1.25 per mile. You as a driver, if you decide to get a Tesla, that's your choice because you realize your expenses go down and maybe tips will go up. If you, the driver, decide to get a minivan, that's your deal. But it's going to be a flat $1.25 per mile. We're still going to have surges. None of this do 3 in a row. None of this do this and get that, and Uber Diamond and all that. None of this manipulation tactic, because it's a way to control you as if you're an employee, but still keep you as an independent contractor, right? None of it. Just $1.25 per mile, and do whatever you want as long as it's legal, safe, and respectful. That's it. You're on your own. If you want to cancel 100% of the rides, that's your problem. The app will just, the algorithm will just immediately send it to the next closest driver. If you want to accept 100% or 10% of the, that's your, run your business however you want as long as it's legal, safe, and respectful. Now, driver, you are not to call us or complain to us for anything because we are nothing but an app. You're on your own. Don't call me and tell me that maybe you didn't get the thing. You don't like it, quit. You're just not. Now, what that does for Uber and Lyft is it gets rid of the back of the house employees. Now you don't have people call centers and answering the phone and the liabilities going up. Say, okay, driver, here's the deal. If you have a passenger in the car, we are going to cover insurance and we will be insuring you. If you're on your own, on the thing, you got to have commercial insurance or don't play, or you're on your own. Don't call us. Don't bother us. Don't complain that you maybe, I was in a surge and I didn't get $1, or I did 3 rides in a row and I didn't get the 3. Get rid of all of that back of the house. Now it's just simply an app. And what that does is it makes the profits for Uber go up, which means they can afford to pay you more. Part of the reason why the pay keeps going down is you, the driver, keeps taking and taking. You're killing the goose that lays the golden egg. But on Uber's part, they need to educate you that. They need to tell you. That's what I would do. I'd fix this all in one day. I would say, listen, you're on your own. You are on your own. You are a business owner and you are leasing the app from us. So you want to picture it. You want to think of it like you got the $20 for the short 10-minute ride and you're going to pay Uber $8 and you're going to keep the balance. That's how you want to think of it. Now, it doesn't have to work that way. We'll just give you the $12, but that's how you need to think of it, okay? You're leasing the app from Uber. Every Uber you get in is an independent business. It's a separate business. It's not Uber. You don't work for Uber. And tell the drivers, you do not work for us. You're on your own. This is just an app for you to lease. You are leasing the app. It's got to be legal. It's got to be respectful. It's got to be safe, right? Safe includes your car and everything. Legal includes your car. Respectful is your car. Legal and covers the whole umbrella of how you behave and conduct yourself and do things. But you are on your own, and that would solve everything. So, bottom line, striking is just stupid. You're on your own. You are in business for yourself. It is possible to move up the ranks. How many of you have tried to get a better car? How many of you try to go? This idea of playing your music, nobody wants to hear your music. I'm talking about myself too. Nobody wants to hear me. Nobody wants to hear my... Just put on easy listening, put on relaxing sounds of nature, spa music. Like if you went to a massage, put on some classical guitar. When the passengers get out, put on your stuff. When you're in your car with that alone, be working on your business, not just in it and for it. So sitting now, I'm making a video for YouTube channel. I'm sharing information that maybe, because if I bless you, I will be blessed. If I bless others enough, I will be blessed somehow. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, maybe that'll help me and get the algorithm, and maybe this will turn right. So work on your business. Study about Tesla, study about the trend, study other Uber drivers that have been successful. There are drivers out there that have built a brand. Look up like that guy with the Smakovich, a pink fly swatter in the shape of a hand, and he makes great videos. And then there was Kim, the CEO, Drive Her. And then there was this guy, Calvin, the Simple Driver. And there's Slogan, and then there's the Simple Gig, and there's Torsten, the rideshare professor. Some of these people, in addition to selling merchandise and t-shirts and things, and even courses, have built $1 million brands. Okay, but that's your responsibility. That's your choice. You are not an employee. Striking is dumb. Another thing I just realized that I left out is referral code business. So while you're doing all of that, you've got your referral code business. Well, I don't want to train my competition. You couldn't possibly work all the hours. There's going to be times that you have downtime. And it's not in your area. These codes are nationwide, okay? Now, sometimes these referral codes pay $1,200. Okay, so what if you had a website that when somebody Googled, what do I need, what kind of car do I need to drive Uber or Lyft? What year do I need to be Uber Premier? What year? These Google searches, what if you had a website? Okay, then what if you documented by making YouTube videos so that you don't have to train, you can answer every question and train people through a series of YouTube videos. So you made a training manual in the form of videos that you're going to give to this new referral for free. Okay, now if your mentality is, oh, you just want to make money off of me, no, the new person makes money because of your experience, right? So you're going to make, if you're a new driver, you're going to make more money in your first 30 days with my 6 years of experience than you will without. What do I do if a lady has a baby and no car seat, but I don't want my cancellation rate to go up? What am I going to do? Okay, these are things that Uber and Lyft are not going to tell you, and it's a three-way win-win-win. Uber and Lyft are going to win because they don't have to train. You, the new driver, are going to win because you're going to get 6 years or 20,000 rides worth of experience in your first 30 days, and you're going to have a coach that's a text question away or a phone call away, right? You're not going to be able to get a hold of Uber or Lyft to ask these questions, and they don't have the experience in your area or the strategies and the techniques. How do I stay in my area if I don't have stay in the area filter? How am I going to, how do I use destination mode to create a geofence? Okay, you're going to have, these are strategies and questions that you are not going to get from Uber. Uber and Lyft win by not having to train you. You win by having the experience and having a mentor and a coach online or on a phone call away, a coach and a mentor. And I win, or you, the referrer, person giving your referral code out, wins because if you help them become successful doing their 130 rides within 30 days, then you get that $1,200 bonus or whatever it is. Sometimes it's as low as $50, sometimes it's as high as $1,200. Okay, so it's win, win, win. Building your referral business, and your referral business is training system on YouTube channels and YouTube videos and a website. Okay, so you're building a business. You're building your website that works 24/7. You're building your YouTube channel that works 24/7. All of this is your responsibility. Uber strikes, Lyft strikes, striking as a rideshare driver is just stupid.